Hi, hey, hello, and welcome to Power Word Play, a Dungeons & Dragons live stream where a bunch of random adventurers must protect the Sword's Coast from the wrath of Tiamat. My name's Josiah Groff, and let's begin tonight's session.
Yeah.
Lady Tiamat whispers, her children fly north. No virtue will stop them. Send the sins forth.
Welcome back. So, to begin tonight's episode, our 50th episode ever recorded.
Wow.
What? That's pretty crazy. That's awesome. Love that. Unfortunately, Amy isn't here tonight. She's been recovering from just life in general. We love her. Hope she feels better soon, and we'll see her next week, hopefully. So, all right. But yeah, saying all that, thanks so much for joining us for 50 sessions. And let's get into tonight with our classic roll for recap. Tonight it is going to be the highest. Who is going to be our recapper?
So you pick your crappy dice? That's not fair.
Oh no, but that's when it's gonna roll an natural 20.
Yeah. Oh,
Really?
Elias.
I got a 17.
Whoa! Sola.
10.
I
Leon.
did do it last week though.
You did. You're free.
15.
15, okay.
16.
Yay!
So, because of your freedom, your immunity,
That's
Ramsey,
so funny.
we're gonna need you to.
Would you like to read the notes of the game you weren't here for?
Yeah.
You will be voted off the island if you are not
Recap.
successful.
This makes sense, right?
Polycule.
Yes.
That's all you need
What
to know.
happened last episode? Was I there? I don't remember any of this.
Oh, it's been a minute.
You wanted your ducks, man. Here you go.
Yeah, shit. Okay. Dear Mother, seems so long since I last wrote you. And now that I know that, well, you're not where they said you were, it's changed perspective on things. And we've been through so much. From dealing with Rhaenyra's bastard of a uncle, Damon. On the upside, she did get quite an interesting new piece of weaponry that's... I'm very intrigued to see how it works out. But we decided to venture forth and seek the aid of the Golden Circle. Boy, weren't we surprised, walking up to the front door of the residence of 4 adult white gold dragons, to find that the door had been kicked in, and poor Sola suffered a vision where she connected to that fucking media night. You think you know fear until you end up staring at the very unhappy end of an ancient gold dragon who just so happened to stop by whilst we were figuring out what happened to the 4 gold dragons that were killed. I guess the only thing good to come of it was we now know about this metallic council and possibly gain aid from them, but I don't know how receptive to us they'll be. I'd like to also push the limits. We've found Sola not only can be spied on, but can spy on the Meteor Knight and also influence things that happen. Well, if their goings on. I would very much like to push that and see how much real trouble we can cause for them from a distance. Well, I think we're going to try and figure out where the hell we're going next. Odd thing, I got a handkerchief from Lady Aventry with the symbol of the Harpers. Might be an avenue worth trying to collect aid from. Either way, I'm getting looked at like I should be doing something. I'll write to you again when I have time. Love, Ramsey.
Thank you, Ramsey. Take your duck of inspiration.
Thank you.
I also have lost my duck. I think I need a new duck.
Oh,
You need new ducks!
I have.
Oh, there's one over here.
You can have the duck that fell.
I have one
Yeah.
duck.
I think that's the one
So-
you yeeted at him last week that I watched.
It's always a yellow duck.
Very fitting.
Let's jump back in. Sins, you are on the top of the Grey Peak Mountains, having just, I'll say, finished your encounter with Protanthar, and you see his long form. And Golden Dragons, as you see him fly away in the distance as you kind of like exit out of the cave, they're not the same kind of physicality as a normal dragon. They have longer bodies, shorter arms, almost kind of shorter wings that are almost like slicked back, that they use, you think, mostly for gliding as the dragon is flying through the air. Some sort of magic, more so propelling him as he goes.
Okay, am I the only one, but... Holy fuck, he was big.
Yeah, that was tense.
Like,
Have we seen him before? Don't you remember when we were on the way to Two Hills? Don't you remember that?
no, we saw, I thought it was a white one that was fighting with another...
I remember a long...
Oh, no, that was the thing that accosted me.
That was the thing that accosted you.
Yes.
Can't keep track of all the dragons. There's so many of them.
Yep.
What a thing to say.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to need therapy when all this is done.
One of the snow mounds next to you, large and not really like you didn't notice it before, it kind of like explodes outwards as you see Fizzle and Horse.
Oh my god.
It's gone!
Good job hiding.
I was really scared, and then Fizzle started putting snow on me. It's really wet and cold.
Right. Let me brush you off, Horsey. Good boy.
Fizzle was brushing off the other side, like, that was terrifying.
The fact I got out of that in one piece is...
Pretty amazing. The good news is he's a good dragon too. He was just angry. So, you know.
I got the distinct impression that good is a relatively interpretive word with that. I think they are more not caring about us, really.
Maybe.
Like,
But maybe they will care about us now, given that I hopefully was able to save one of
yes.
his kin.
Kudos on that, by the way. That was very impressive and quick thinking.
I guess kind of it was.
So it's a way to, kind of throw it back in their face.
Yeah, that was kind of weird to have the opportunity to do it to the Meteor Knight instead. That might be something we need to explore. I don't know if I can just make it happen or if I just get lucky sometimes.
Well, either way, strike while the iron's hot, shall we say.
Sola, do you want to kind of think back to that moment to figure out maybe what may have occurred there?
Sure,
Alright.
I do.
Let's do a check. Now, my brain goes to insight,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah, I mean, insight is about what I would say too, yep, because I'm trying to insight into that moment, into the Meteor Knight.
Into him, yeah, in that way, absolutely. And that's kind of fun. It's a bigger number for you to roll.
It is.
Always find
Like
justification.
Adding stats.
Big number.
Yes.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's a nature check? Are you sure it's not an insight check?
And inciting the nature.
Just this time. Just this time, Sola.
Okay.
Duck it.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
I'm gonna
I will take away your inspiration.
To ourselves.
No, you can't. No.
Okay,
That's.
Metagaming pigeon. Metagaming pigeon.
You can coo. You cannot do this.
I have a single duck. I'm spending my final die.
Spend the dog.
And can I guide myself
Yes,
in this
of course.
situation?
I'll,
As I'm
I'll
like,
allow.
thinking.
Think back.
I need extra
yeah.
help.
Can I think this?
I'll allow it
Okay.
for a reason.
Oh my god, I rolled the same thing.
Oh no!
That's so funny.
Well,
What do we got?
it is
Guidance?
14 with guidance.
14?
14.
That's not horrible.
Not horrible, but
Okay. With a 14, I'm going to give you 2 pieces of information.
okay.
The first is the key of your armor lit up before this happened.
And so, do I feel like the lighting of the armor potentially also enables other things to happen?
Potentially. You're not sure if it was you through the armor, through your power, or if it was the armor itself.
Right.
But something in that process was part.
Sorry, just brain hazy. Did you cause your armor?
No,
It just went off on its own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And second, this would be the most I think you've ever seen the Meteor Knight act, as in the way of like maybe like actively using powers, in a sense,
Okay.
and like in a way that was like not just one big nuke,
Yeah.
but like constantly using the gravitational pull and the gravitational lowering. So that seems like you could tell, like when he used his power, the visions got stronger.
Yeah.
Like it got more
Sure.
clear,
Yeah.
they got sharper in image.
Yeah. And so from that, I can infer that as he uses his power, that kind of connects us in some way.
Yeah.
And probably in reverse too. When I do something significant, that might be a moment when he may become more aware of me as well.
Maybe. Yeah.
Potentially. This is my own surmising.
I'd say that's pretty accurate for how you would interpret the events there.
Yeah, sure. So anyway, now, with all of that said, the interesting thing would be if I tried to do something of, significance that almost might call him to me, and we could be prepared for that moment, or I might be able to better respond knowing like I'm going to do this powerful crazy thing, Meteor Knight's going to know about it, so how do I react to him? I don't know, like there's lots of things to consider, I think.
Well, in the few times that it's happened, this time in particular, it was offset. So it was almost more of a
True.
poetic fuck you when he killed this dragon and you were able to go, you didn't say the magic word,
Yeah.
and stop that from happening. So,
And I don't know if that happens to be because we came to the same location and we got connected in that way as well.
That could make it easier to tune into this connection being in the area where the magic, this
Right.
footprint that he left is. Maybe by trying to reach out to this connection more, you'll be able to go through it without being in the space where he was.
Right?
and the other times this has happened, it was when we were in Two Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Was that also time lagged?
Boy, it's been so long.
It,
I don't.
it was looking back at the clock tower.
The bell?
Yes. That was a flashback of sorts.
You swear you have no recollection of them otherwise in your life. It just seems there's so much a connection between you two there.
So anyway, much to ponder.
Yes.
For now, I think what we have learned here is that we have hopefully gained the trust of this metallic council. And I feel like, if we came here to talk to 4 gold dragons that don't exist anymore, then they might be next on the list,
Worth venturing forth. I don't know, maybe very well if we gain trust, but we definitely won't be turned away at the door, possibly.
Right.
Well, we are. Where's the map go? Damn it!
Fizzle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I did it in this tube. Sorry, it was kind of cold up here.
And I think we know that. My question is, we know that there's at least one mask in the Snakewood.
Right. And another thing we have learned is that through my commune that I did, Damon was the rat per se.
Yeah,
And so he also heard that there was a mask in the Snakewood. And so you can bet your bottom that he or someone who works for him will be after that mask next. And so I think we have no time to lose. We need to
definitely has a
beat them
jump
to
on
it.
us. Well, it's a long journey.
Yeah, from where we are,
10
This-
days,
not any faster way to get there, hey?
not particularly. Do we want to leave one of your handy-dandy
Yes, we should make
marks here?
a word of recall here.
It's kind of a centralized location.
Yep.
Now, I know I may regret saying this, but there seems to be a rather powerful and quasi-questionable person back that way as I point towards the direction of the Lich's Tower.
Right. I think if the mask is as urgent as we think it is, we may have to come back here sometime and deal with the Lich then.
Oh, I was thinking that we try and see if they will poof us there.
Do you think a Lich has that sort of capability?
Do you think
They've-
the Lich will do that for us
And-
without something in return?
Oh,
And
God,
that would
no.
be the
No,
next
there
question.
will be some price that we will have to pay, I am sure. But if we are racing against the time, we could be there this evening.
Who knows a lot about liches here?
I wonder who could possibly know.
We're all staring at Rhaenyra, just to be clear.
Anyone want to make a history check?
A history check.
An open history check?
Sure.
Who
Can I
could know about liches?
Or
guide
Arcana?
you in
Whatever
your
you want to do.
thoughts,
that would be
perhaps?
so useful, Sola.
And would one of us be able to really help you remember
Oh, I
really
can.
hard?
Someone helps.
I have-
That's the advantage.
I have a very, very
If you would
limited
like to.
knowledge.
Yes, you
Because I know
some
nothing
help.
apparently about them.
I did attend several classes for
You did?
a limited amount of time.
You did.
And so perhaps if we put our thinking caps
Yeah, put
together,
them all together.
yeah. But you roll both of the dice though.
I am here
You
for
roll with advantage.
emotional support. That's not good. I can see that from here.
That's cocked. Okay. What did the guidance give me?
Yeah.
And what is this, a history?
Yes.
Unless
Unless you have a different check you would like to do for liches, but history is probably the most appropriate for base knowledge.
Yeah, I would, like, that is just a shit roll.
Fair.
Let's see, that will be 16.
I'm helping as hard as I can.
I think it's making it worse, Sola.
Was this one of those classes you slept through?
Well, I mean, I most of them, so yes.
You find out pretty quickly, Elias, that Sola's definition of a lich is not exactly academically sound.
It's a leech.
And includes any dark necromancer. Which, as you know, is just a school of magic.
Funny though.
Oh no, the whole faculty is all...
Interesting. The definition is much broader than I was taught. Strangely.
Well, not
Can you
all...
imagine a religious school having a narrow definition of what you could call a lich?
Interesting.
No, I
Okay.
could never.
Give him the duck.
Sure,
Hey, getting those
surely not.
That's pandering. I just want to put that out.
Work for it.
I know the buttons
Work
to
it.
push.
Work it.
Oh man. Oh wow. Yeah.
Okay. So, sorry, what was your total?
It was 16.
16.
Yeah.
What information is Elias trying to recall?
About a lich?
Yes. Are we looking for general information, like histories
Probably,
of
like-
liches?
In this specific instance, like trying to get something from a lich, and like power or like a spell for them to do something for us, basically. Like, do they have the
Okay.
capability? Is that like a level of magic
That's a good
that
question.
they're like
Yep. Yeah.
capable of? Do I know of any times when that has even happened and people like didn't have to offer their souls up or whatever?
I understand what you're asking. Okay.
Yeah.
With the 16, actually, that information is pretty standard. I'll
Yeah.
give you those answers.
Mm-hmm.
One, liches are, as you know, wizards who have undergone a necromantic ritual to place their soul in an extra-dimensional space so that their body can continue onwards without having to worry about the degradation of the soul. It's a separation of soul and body. And it's violent. It's inherently necromantic. There are obviously people who died when it comes to any soul's creation, or any lich's creation. And like upwards of like, we're talking thousands of people for one lich.
Bigger number than I thought.
Yeah, it's not a low number. And these might be exaggerated, these might be accurate. You're not sure because any of the information on how to become a lich is incredibly guarded and in some cases just outright destroyed, as was the case in Silvery Moon. With a 16, you get an extra piece of information here that, like, yeah, a lich would be able to teleport you, 100%, without a doubt.
Yep.
There's not a question in your mind. However, anyone who interacts with a lich he either has to give up something valuable or a favor for the lich, typically is what they go for. As liches are typically a little bit more isolated, solitary. They can move around, but typically aren't entirely motivated to, as most of their magic and their research occurs in one lair, perchance.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, this is possible, and yes, it would probably cost you.
Yep. Figures. That is what I thought.
So maybe a plan D.
I mean, I guess our need is urgent enough.
Yes, but the ask might be.
Well, it'll be exorbitant, most likely.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
While Ramsey is thinking, Sola is setting the word of recall here.
All right,
Is
yeah.
this the location Star Mounts?
It is.
Oh, I've already done it. So, yeah.
Sola, do you think there's any chance that maybe the Meteor Knight could use this?
Use what?
This word of recall?
Oh, boy. I mean, it's certainly possible. He seems to have, let's be honest, he has more power than I do right now. So, if I have an ability, I don't know what type of class he plays. But he may very well have such an ability as well.
Yeah.
But even if he doesn't.
Roll for class. Insight check.
See how classy you are.
What class do we think? Oh,
It's a 3.
You know what's funny? I don't even need to bring up his character sheet. You're fucked. You're like, he's a small armored guy.
Yeah.
Can mean anything.
just a little guy. Just a class.
I was more talking about the fact that you guys seem to have a connection and, you know, do this uses quite a bit of, you know, your clerical magical might. So maybe he'll know that it's here and
He
then
might.
maybe he can even use it. I don't know if that's reason not to do it.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And that the thing is, yeah, if that is true, then he could do anything with any of my spells, and so maybe I should just stop doing anything altogether, you know? But I can't do that, so I think we just have to risk it.
I do
But it's a
feel
great
that
question.
He has his own level of power to not really have to worry about your own word of recall. I mean, when we were in Silvery Moon, he just appeared out of nowhere.
Exactly so.
He has the means
And I
to
didn't
travel.
have a word of recall there. He just had a I'm gonna recall to Sola.
Yes,
and he did it, so
yeah.
Maybe he really did.
Well, we weren't technically in Silvery Moon.
true. We were at a Fey portal.
We were at our estate.
Yes.
That's right.
Future, in development.
We already own it
Yes.
because I said so.
I pity the person who tries to say otherwise to you.
Maybe it's not specifically your magic that connects you to, but any level of strong magic.
Could be following ley lines, could be...
Right, or he may have Fey connections because it was a Fey
I
portal.
wouldn't be shocked by that.
Have we seen his face? Or
No.
does he wears a thing, right?
Well, Sola had a bit of
You've
a
seen that.
Seen
A half.
I have.
Yeah,
Because
I've seen a half.
burnt.
I remember when we were at the library,
Yeah.
I had seen his face, and so I made a recreation of his face for them to record
Yes.
with my
Yes.
illusion.
And you got a short, brown-haired halfling with scars covering the face. Almost unrecognizable in some ways, and completely disfigured.
And his nose was very bumpy. It was very distinguishable in that way.
So my thought, instead of us trying to travel 10 days or talking with this lich, you already have a word of recall set to Silvery Moon.
Yes.
We also know that through the library network, we are able to travel.
Right.
Baldur's Gate is a 3-day journey.
Okay.
I don't see them not having some kind of a library as much as Baldur's Gate is. No, Waterdeep, it's...
If not the library, then there will at least be teleportation circles.
There's got to be some connection there. Between the 3 largest cities on the coast, there must be something.
Right. That could be a risk too, because we don't know if they would say that we can do it again. We had to do a pretty significant task in order to get access to that library to begin with.
Well, I still do think that the
We are on good terms with the king there, though,
Melindrak does owe us still slightly. I don't see... We didn't really take much in the way of payment or anything along those lines. It'd be... I just look at it as poof, we're at Silvery Moon. Possibly poof today, we're in Baldur's Gate.
And if we get stuck in Silvery Moon and have to walk 5 days north to Mithril Hall, shucks.
It at least brings us close to something else that needs to be done, or at least not completely out of the way. But
Yeah, no, I think we can't.
It's a roundabout way, but...
it is,
I
yes.
think we can't afford that much of a sidetrack right now. Much as I would also like to. The mask has to take all priority. So, and I guess worst case scenario, I word of recall us to Silver Moon. If they say no, then I have to word of recall us back here tomorrow. And
Well-
then we try the lich.
Or...
Solo. I have something unfortunate to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Word of recall, as you know, only allows for you to pick 5 creatures to come with you. Currently,
Oh,
you have
shit.
Elias, Rhaenyra, Ramsey, Eon, Fizzle, Horse, which is 6.
Yeah, you and 5 willing creatures. Wait, it's you and up to 5 willing creatures.
Correct.
Yeah.
I was not
So-
including you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elias, Rhaenyra,
You went up to 5.
Ramsey,
We can leave
Eon,
more people behind.
Fizzle, Horse
Yes.
is
yes.
4 plus 2, unfortunately.
Right.
Plus you.
And we can't
Oh,
send them
dear.
back through the forest by themselves.
No,
That's-
that
No.
would simply not.
That would
be
not feel
safe.
good to you.
So, I have a terrible feeling that our only option is the lich.
It is working out that way now, isn't it?
Why can't we
Boy.
just walk straight? That,
Thank
why can't
goodness
we, just walk
We can
straight
walk
south?
10 days to Eltrell,
Yeah.
and then it's another... God knows how many through the woods.
Wait.
We can. I just worry if this is something that is time sensitive. We always seem to be one step behind.
Exactly.
Well, it sounds like they can just go there anyway.
You're probably
is
not wrong.
10 days any different than 3?
It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. I appreciate that.
Well, in 10 days, they can not only get the mask, but also further their own plots and anywhere else.
And we also don't know how difficult the mask is to obtain. Just because they arrive in the Snake Woods doesn't mean they will get it immediately. I do still think that time is of the essence.
I would agree.
I think that just trying to walk it, we will lose it for sure.
There's no other way.
Well, we don't know the lich is that bad. It's not that we've met any liches before.
Did you not notice the entire boneyard we walked through on the way here?
That's a lot of assumptions you're making, Ramsey.
And Sola has word of recall in Waterdeep, Silvery Moon,
And
Witcher's
here.
Tower here.
That's
No.
I think
true.
it's just-
Oh, that's true. Star Mounts was at the
Lich's Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
near the Lich's Tower.
Star
So
Mounts,
I
yes.
actually should set another one.
Oh yeah,
here.
because there is.
Yes.
Because there was like a day's travel
It's
Yeah.
like 2
Yeah.
days.
ish.
Yeah.
It's close to like a day or
We
two.
left early in the morning. We
Yeah,
didn't get to
that's
the gold
really-
until late night.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it like 2 days because like there was travel in there that I just
Yeah, right.
It does say
So,
two.
I will do another one.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, if it says 2 on the map, that's
Hear me out.
telling
Fizzle, how long can you hold your breath?
about as long as any commoner, like about a minute.
I don't know about that.
I'm intrigued.
Why?
Do you want to come with us or
Well-
travel back through the spooky forest by yourself with horse?
Well, they could
I
always-
want to come with you,
they
but
could-
I'm a little terrified of what you're
I feel
suggesting.
like this is some loopholes that we don't want to try and jump through right now.
There's also a 9-day journey to Citadel Bar.
I'm just saying.
That's
I've got
they
a
could.
bag of holding.
Oh god.
Fizzle can hold his breath.
If you guys really wanted to, like
That's
with the word of recall, unfortunately being only 5 creatures, you knowing that could like bring Fizzle and Horse back, a day, and then like just
Not
drop
yet.
them off at Waterdeep, and then word of recall back the next day. The only thing here is that word of recall requires a 6th level slot to teleport back to it, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct. It does.
And Sola is currently at a level where she only has 1 per day.
Right. And if I set one here too, that also uses my 6th level slot for
Yeah.
the day.
Oh, so we'd have to wait a day here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why do we need to come back here to the Golden Circle that doesn't exist anymore?
Well, I mean, that's a good point. Maybe there's no purpose to coming back here other than that it's just kind of in the middle of everything.
I suppose, yes, it does make it a bit easier to move, but I mean, yes.
Word of recall, you can go anywhere we've been. So
Yes, we do
doesn't
already.
matter where we are.
Well, we could cut the travel down to 7 days if Sola took Fizzle and Horse back to Waterdeep. It's today. And then the next day came back to us. That's another day. And then after that we went to Silvery Moon, and that's 3. And then probably a day figuring out how to get to here. And then 3 more days.
Add 1 more on top of that because Sola would have to place a word of recall on the spot, which she can only do once per day.
For the day.
So it would be 8 days instead of 10.
That's still too many. I don't want to deal with a lich as much as anyone else. They are the complete antithesis to everything that I was taught and have learned in my esteemed career at college. But I think we have no other option.
But to go talk to the Lich, but how does that save us time?
Well, because he is a powerful magic user.
Yes, well, I mean, if I was more powerful, I'd have means of transporting us just wherever we'd like to go across Faerun, but I'm not that powerful. You have to make great sacrifice to become powerful like that. And, well, that is what a lich is a great sacrifice.
I'm really wishing I didn't hand over that fucking medallion now.
Well, that would also make things hard for us. We'd shift to a new plane and then have to try and find the right location in that plane to go back.
Yes, but it also shifts us to a specific point.
Lots of shifting.
The summer court. The Fae.
Well, nonetheless, we don't have
Yes.
it, so...
No, it's a moot point at this juncture.
For an adventure like ours that we're on, I think that we have to be willing to make sacrifices.
But we could spend 2 days going there, and then he could just say no or attack us. Then we've just wasted like 3 days.
Let's not forget that fucking thing. The bird.
The bird.
Oh, yeah. Did we get that?
The rock that flew over top
Oh, yeah,
of us.
yeah.
Yes.
Right. Uh-huh.
You want to ride a rock? How do you think horse would feel on a rock?
Probably perfectly fine, considering the size of that thing. Or I could just, pick him up and...
That validate, empathize. I can see this is really important to you.
Really been working on yourself, haven't you?
Wow.
No, that's just... Okay, what are your thoughts on not the Lich? Or are you worried about what the price will be?
Oh no, it's fine. We can go talk to the Lich.
Conversation can just be a conversation, hopefully. And if we feel anything off-putting, fucking run. How long does it take for you to use that word of recall? Oh, no, wait, you've already burned it for today.
Well, I mean, we kind of were debating, so I'm saying maybe I haven't yet, but
Okay.
how? Let me check.
Yeah, like casting time.
Word of recall is one action. So, I guess, if things go south, suddenly we're... No, I can't do that
No,
because we would
'cause
leave someone
fizzle,
behind.
yes.
Ah!
Fuck.
Okay, fuck it. We're word of recalling here. I'm setting one here.
Yes.
Golden circle. It's
safer
on the
for
list
there.
now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Time of day?
You guys in travel probably entered in the mountains around mid-afternoon. So it's starting to... The sun hasn't set yet, but it's probably around later afternoon at this point for sure. And starting to get there.
We have a little bit of travel to get back to him anyway, so we kind of...
I think I would prefer not to be trying to scale down a mountain in the dark. Maybe we spend the evening. That also gives you back some of the ability.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just jump off the edge with like a spell? No, for real.
If you have something...
That is a long way down, yo.
No, but yeah, hold on.
It is, what?
I've
I
never.
might have something.
Like, I love and trust you, but you're kind of scaring me at the moment.
Can you math?
Occasionally.
I pull out a protractor. I'm like,
I haven't done this since first year.
I have no formal education. But there's the angle and the distance and the how long would it take us to feather fall to the bottom of the mountain?
Well, how long is Featherfall on for again?
1 minute.
1 minute.
But I have all my spell slots.
Plus, you only need to feather fall at the end, right?
That's a great point.
That is
actually.
true.
Everyone just jumps.
Now, how well can you time your Featherfall so we don't become flat on the ground dead?
Here's what I'll say. You totally could jump off a mountain and feather fall down. This is not a mountain that goes straight up. This is a mountain with curves and differences in elevation levels as you go up. So you would have to make an athletics check to be able to jump out far enough to not be hit by the mountain down, which I think is fair if you want to try and do that shit.
That's pretty
Okay, so hear me out. I also have a wind fan.
Just in
So,
case.
We could just, as everyone jumps, I could be like, send you far out.
I feel like we need some sort of parachute or sail rigged up for that to really work. But I see the vision. I feel like we...
I'm just trying to speed things up. We could also
Yes.
just go down the mountain. That's also a possibility.
Is there enough time left in the day for us to just walk down the mountain?
No. We walk down the mountain until it gets
Without
dark.
surprise
We jump
encounters.
for the last 10%.
We didn't meet any surprise encounters on the way up.
It's
Surely not this time.
the weather currently is starting to turn. As you guys had gone out, dark clouds have been rolling in, and you get the feeling that while you could probably make it down if you rushed it, it might be a little difficult
Look,
in the coming night.
I'm going to make an executive call here and just... We spend the night here. We know it's safe. In the morning, you can shove me off a cliff. Fair.
I don't really want to.
It sounds really fun.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Then let's give the evening. We know at least this place is quasi-comfortable, and
Right.
you can rummage around for things that might be left over, since they seem to be a creator type. So,
Right.
Well, now that Elias has stolen my protractor, I should get another one.
Elias!
You handed it to me.
You gotta give it back, that's all I'm saying.
Take, I have no use for this.
And that's fine, you can have
Wow.
Eon. Don't be like that. Why am I turning into you?
I'm rubbing off on you.
Nope. Just in. Everyone in. Go in. Go in.
All right, time to rest.
pans up.
I'm
Face black.
I'm going to, after we get in, there was only the one way in, correct?
Correct.
I am going to ritually cast Alarm and
Cool.
go back and forth with that little silver fucking wire so ain't nothing getting through that opening without me knowing.
Sounds good.
Once we are tucked in for the evening and we've had a little meal, Sola would do some communes as well to get us a little more information about our ultimate destination here, which is the Snake Woods. Just we kind of talked about this outside of session, so I'm going to do a summary rather than a full RP of it.
Go for it.
So the first question was, is one of our enemies going to try or currently trying to get to the Black Mask? And the answer to that was yes. The next was, is there anywhere we could leave the mask where it would be safe? And the answer I got to that is probably. There's more.
Just wait.
I did ask then, as the third question, would dragon masks be safe with the Metallic Council? And the answer I got to that was yes.
Okay, so we don't know where the Metallic Council
No.
currently resides, do we?
We will need to find them. But if we have a mask in our possession, we know now that it's not safe with us, so that will be our next priority.
I think that one was obvious, yes.
In the morning, I do another commune, and I'm going to fast forward to that.
Beep,
just
boop,
in
boop,
case.
Yeah.
Is a creature in the Snake Woods in possession of the Black Dragon Mask? And the answer to that was yes. And lastly, last two questions.
Not any more of, like, what creature or...
Can't ask that.
I can't. Yeah, no. I can only do yes or no. I really wish that it was a little more
anything,
flexible.
yes,
More
yeah.
conversation.
I might have to actually pick one of my older divinity spells because it gives me a little picture.
Oh! Of
That
kind of...
actually could be useful. So perhaps
It's a good thing we're
tomorrow.
long Interesting.
Well, yeah. The problem is I'm doing this commune tomorrow.
It's the
No,
morning.
having a thought.
But maybe I'll pick... Actually, I have a spare one. I will switch it out. Anyway, finishing up. Do we have time to go see the Lich first without endangering our chances of getting the Black Mask? This was unknown possibly because we don't know yet if the Lich will help us. And lastly, is the creature in possession of the Black Mask native to the Snake Woods? And the answer to that was yes. Not that we necessarily... I don't know what is native to the Snake Woods. Perhaps one of our more learned members of the party would know something.
That's for biologists.
Actually,
Yes.
would
That's for Ramsey.
the family have had any dealings down that far south?
It's pretty far south. The Snake Woods is just on the
But
the borders of the Swords Coast.
I know Filings would have dealt with Baldur's Gate, so...
I'd give you a check.
Sure, yes.
Let's do. This would actually be nature
Okay.
in an interesting
And
kind
I'm-
of way.
and
I
Okay.
am guiding you
Yeah.
because I know you're going to think of this.
Wow. Oh, hey, that's not horrible. That's a 19.
Hey.
Not bad. Yeah, not bad.
When the hell did nature become an intellect stat?
Since the beginning of time.
Gotta memorize that stuff.
So yeah, the Snake Woods are appropriately named as some of the interior forests of Faerun and the Swords Coast here do contain kind of ruins and ancient civilization of the lizard and snake people that lived here before the, we'll say, other races moved onto the continent. So that includes things like Yuan-Ti, obviously. More hybrid formed creatures as well with more like snake-like bodies you're aware of. But typically they spend their times in the ruins and they're pretty, once again, kind of solitary.
It's been a while, but how do you all feel about snakes? It's funny enough, the Snakewood is appropriately named.
Why did it have to be snakes? That's a reference.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. It's a reference.
On this
It's a
motherfucking plane.
reference. That's a different
That's a reference.
That's a different reference. Mine was a reference too.
Yeah, it's a plane.
Indiana Jones, man. Come on. Anyway.
DM doesn't know.
Oh, wow.
It's,
We should just prepare for poison and venom then.
That's...
well, that,
Okay.
it's not just snakes, there's more of snake people and lizard folk.
Oh, well, this isn't. Snakes are quite different. Are you
Yes.
generalizing?
No. Literally, there are lizard people and snake people, Yuan-Ti, that tend to populate that area. There's a lot of old ruins there that apparently this Jones fellow would go to.
There you go.
Really? I heard he hated it there.
Oh, quite possibly. It wouldn't be my first place to vacation.
Sounds like there'd be a lot of really interesting history there. You never know what we could find.
History.
Oh, I see what you did there. Haha. It's
Come on, that was stuck.
It's right there. It's right there.
We're all just fishing. We're fishing right now.
history
You
check.
did this!
Pulling in some ducks.
Yeah, history check.
I didn't notice no ducks are flowing.
Yeah.
You gotta try.
There would definitely be old ancient ruins that I'm sure would hold some aspect to them, but it's a very worshipping culture, especially with Yuan-Ti. They are very firm. Not as advanced as one like you, Solar, with your worship. They're more on a base level of kind of fanaticism.
Got it.
So,
They hold their particular deity strongly.
oh, yes.
Ah.
And I'm imagining that whoever has this mask is their chosen or impersonating their god.
So if somebody got the mask and wore the mask, maybe they could be persuaded to be a little army.
Honestly, probably. Oh god, you want to be a god, don't you?
No, not a god. No.
Just a cult
like-
leader.
Well, you know, I feel like that's a bit of a prejudice term.
Aren't you already, though? Insight check.
I can't remember what we know about this. I know we know something, but I don't know how much we know anymore.
17.
You want to do deception or persuasion?
That was his
I don't even look.
Do you want to know what I rolled?
Yeah, total would be great.
I don't know which one it is. I think it's a 15. So, what you're picking up is Eon looks concerned. But she's not necessarily lying.
You always look concerned.
That actually does remind me, though, Sol, I was wondering if you had a little bit of energy. I can't really remember what you can all do, but there's that green tiefling girl,
Right. Yeah.
and I'm kind of worried about her.
Oh. We reached out to her at one point, right? We gave her a little sending, and we got kind of like a confused reply. But we were thinking that maybe next time she might be less confused. What do you want to say? Do you want to send
Can
to
you
her?
only talk to her, or can you look at her?
Oh, that's a good question. Do I have scrying right now? I don't have scrying right now, but I can have it in the morning.
Wait, this entire time you've been able to scry on people.
Yeah, it just hasn't been relevant yet.
A, we want to know where the fucking Black Dragon mask is. B, we want to know where the Metallic Council is.
I mean, but I can't just like scry all willy nilly. I have to.
Isn't that kind of the fucking point?
No. It works better if you know the target. If you know
Like
the
a massive
battle.
ancient gold dragon that just so
Well,
happened to
we-
almost kill us.
Sure, but we didn't meet him until today. You can't give me shit about that. We just met the guy.
Until 30 seconds ago, I didn't even know you could do this.
This is just cleric stuff.
It's just cleric stuff. It's just cleric stuff.
But I just
Wow.
Ramsey has a point, though. Like maybe you should scry on the gold dragon.
No,
But maybe you should, because it would be important to see if he's in transit. It would be important to see now
direction.
versus where he ended up. Like, so that would be important. I just
For the gold dragon, I would try to send him a message first. Like
That wouldn't be actually, that'd be probably the better idea, yes.
Yeah,
So
just to
it's
be
not
like, hi,
just-
hello, after a couple of days, hope things have cooled off. We're happy to come and like visit you now because we have a mask to give you, which hopefully we will by then. You know, we could start kind of with that rather than me like spying on his underwear or whatever, you know? Because you can do that with scrying. It's not my fault.
right. Never mind. I don't know.
Generally
I will.
powerful beings like that have ways to ward against
Well,
just
there
a
you go.
random
Exactly.
scry.
Actually, I've been meaning to try something. Can I borrow just a small bit of diamond dust? I know you've...
Okay. So I've got my diamond dust bag right here.
Pull roughly about 25 gold out and just kind of rubbing it in my hands and just slowly...
And I know how much 25 gold is.
No. Yeah, there we go.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
more. No less.
I rub it through my hands and just cover over Sola's hair and cast non-detect. So for the next 8 hours, you cannot be described on or divinely looked on or anything, which I'm hoping that's how it kind of fucks with the meteor night being able to see it.
Okay, sure. How long does that last?
8 hours.
8 hours, okay.
So it puts the blinders on people trying to peep in on you
Right.
for 8 hours.
Okay. That will be a good one to use again.
Yes.
If we're about to do like a magical transportation too, because
Yes.
we don't know where we have gone.
And there goes my third level. One of two. Good thing.
Well, if you can spare, I don't want to talk to the Grey. I don't want to talk to her.
Well, I have to, so
I don't want to talk to her.
you don't want to talk to her. You only want to scry.
I want to look at her. I just want to make sure she's okay. I don't want her to know I'm paying attention.
All right. Well, I mean, first thing in the morning, we could do a scry. It is a big spell slot for me, but I can do that.
Like,
And I think only I get to see, but I can
Yes.
tell you what I see.
we can do it at the end of the day so that just
Okay.
to make sure,
Proof's back.
because we haven't fully decided if we're going to see the.
Right, the Lich and whether we need that spell power for something else.
Yeah, but I just
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
haven't really talked to her in a lot of months, and I think she was kind of. Anyway, that would be really good. I would really appreciate that.
Cool. Well, we should probably sleep.
Tuck in for the evening.
Technically the next day, but yes, if you guys want, we can say in the midst of preparations, you take another day after the events that transpire in the Golden Circle. And let's say, yes, you wake up.
Can I do
Fresh
one more
and
thing
new.
that night?
Yeah.
Just there were all those blood pools,
Yes, there were.
little blood pools.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go. No, I've already collected some.
Skipping tra-la-la, tiddly.
But I'd like to just go back to them when nobody else is around. Like I'm not really like hiding from anyone, or just like going when
You
nobody
go
else
off.
is around.
Of course.
And hey Lash.
You hear the familiar scuttle of Flash on the wall beside you before hearing the wings take flight as he lands lightly on your shoulder.
Yes. Hello. I was wondering. You're from the Hells.
Yes.
You've been there.
Yes.
Like IRL, you've been in the Hells. You've been there. Have you ever seen anything like this there? Gesturing to the blood pools.
Yes.
Where?
Deep. Layer upon layer upon layer.
Do you know what they were used for?
Breeding.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before you head off to wherever you're expecting to go?
Not for me.
Okay. All right. So, Sins, you wake up in the morning, have a few rations that Sola has brought with her, and you see her and Fizzle kind of cooking and a horse just kind of sniffing.
I make everybody peach porridge pudding, and the remaining oats all go to horse, so that he gets a little treat too.
He quite enjoys that. He's very happy. And Fizzle's also kind of happy, because he's kind of like humming along, whistling. It's pretty cold up here, but he's well fitted for the temperature, and he's got like a little like, I'll say like, kind of like an electronic grill set up, powered by magic, of course. Seems to be functioning sort of okay. Parts of the meat get burned a little bit faster than you wished,
But it helps with the cooking. We don't have to set
Yes.
a
Needs
fire.
tweaking.
And,
Well,
It's a little bit more bougie than just roughing it in the woods.
I'm glad we brought you, Fizzle.
Oh, I'm glad I'm here. All right, so Sins, as you are eating, where are we thinking of going? It's a little bit of
I think we need to,
indecision.
make our way to the Lich, right, everybody?
And just hope that he's a nice guy and wants to send us to the snake people.
yes.
He might be nicer than you think.
Do you have reason to believe so?
Well, yes.
My problem. Might I suggest another thing though? That let's not mention Alariel.
Yes, he probably hates her.
Okay.
They kind of.
So,
Sure.
So maybe no mention of Waterdeep or.
Okay, maybe we should
Yes.
put away our badges, you mean?
Good idea.
Not a bad idea. They'll probably know we're coming long. Just tuck it away for now. They'll probably know we're coming long before we ever get close, but I just have a feeling that they hold grudges. So, how shall we be off? Okay, how does this work? Do you just push me, or
Or we can actually do it.
I told you I would let you throw me off of a cliff.
Do you want to? Does everybody actually, horse included? Hold on.
Oh,
How many people?
Well, I would imagine we'd be able to fall some distance, not hurt ourselves, so that it
Choose
takes...
up to 5 falling creatures. We have the same problem.
Ah.
sorry
Well,
guys.
Well, couldn't
Next
now
time,
on
next
the
time.
same
We've got a
hand?
broom.
And
That's
wouldn't Sola and Fizzle both fit on horse, and we could just do whatever you're going to do to
That's
horse?
true. That is true.
And
That is true.
That feels a little risky.
If
What if
the
we fall off?
That's-
Gravity
one
of
of us
one
has-
creature is
Yes.
effective but not the other.
Right. Renera has the broom still.
sh-
Renera will just take the broom.
I will just take the broom. Please don't throw me off the mountain.
Can I go with you?
Of course.
what the hell's?
Well, I need to be focused so I can do it.
I don't know if the broom can fly that fast.
But the Featherfall doesn't go fast.
No, but the
People
terminal
tend to.
velocity of
Don't
someone
be
falling
with us.
is more than 60 feet every 6 seconds.
Two people need
With
to go in the
Featherfall.
broom. 2 people need to go in the broom.
Well then, dibs.
Be fine. Can I handle your weight?
Sola, you are the one that could
Obviously.
take the most of a fall.
Okay, no, it should be Fizzle. It should be Fizzle. Fizzle shouldn't be putting himself in danger like this.
What are we doing? I'm sorry.
We're jumping off the cliff.
Apparently we're jumping off.
Oh!
But you don't
guys
have to.
are
You can just ride with Renera. Yeah, we're crazy. Yeah, we're crazy.
We could just walk down. It took like 2 hours. It would probably be easier
Right.
going
Are we-
down.
2 hours? That's not really that worth it.
I never really
Let's just walk.
You know, I
Let's
did
just
want to ride the catapult to him.
That's true.
Never got the chance.
It's fine.
Everyone starts walking. I just look at Eon.
I guess we've started.
Can I trust you?
I guess, yeah.
Let's go. We run.
Oh my gosh.
We jump off. Come if you're coming.
Oh my god. You guys watch us Ramsey and Eon jump off the mountain.
How have we ever gotten this far?
Hi guys.
Where's 46?
Can I? You are so cute. 46?
Only.
No.
I'm rolling a character here.
Hi guys. So first of all, can you just both make acrobatics checks?
Sure.
That's Eon's specialty.
So good at it.
24.
That's good.
I'm gonna duck it.
Better. Give me that duck.
That's slightly better. 10.
Oh no, that's slightly better.
Thank you.
I'm suddenly regretting my decision.
But as I'm doing that, I am casting Featherfall.
As you are falling, Ramsey grabs onto your ankles, and you guys are spinning like a long board. And as you're spinning, Eon, you see coming into your view this large piece of rock attached to the side of the mountain, holding out as your head and body are thrown to it. You're going to take some damage
Oh boy.
as you fall.
Oh boy.
Oh, let's do that. Holy shit. Hi, Eon. You take 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Woo!
As you fall probably about 50, 60 feet. Ramsey suddenly grasping onto your knees, your ankle, and you just kind of turn back to look at him as you swing out further than you were or not as far as you expect.
Yep.
Your head hitting the side of a rock as you continue to spin and fall. You're
Yeah.
bleeding
Nice.
from your nose.
That hurts. Yeah. Chip the horn. Got it. But we're feather falling.
You're feather falling. And I'm gonna say that you guys are gonna fall for a bit. Fall for a bit.
How long does this last?
1 minute.
And eventually you get to a stage where you're like, oh, we're probably like 600 feet up.
Sweet.
And you start to realize, okay, now I should feather fall. And you do, knowing the limits of your spell.
Just
Heavy sigh.
talk terminal velocity. Here we go.
Sola, Elias, Fizzle, and Horse.
And Rhaenyra.
And Rhaenyra. What are y'all doing?
Walking, I guess. What?
I don't have anything that makes us go faster.
Yeah.
So,
Just like
well, I mean, no.
no survival
no.
instincts there.
We're at the bottom.
2 hours.
Are we still falling?
Or do we? Are we? Where are we currently?
Did we make it?
You made it.
Okay.
You feather followed at 500 feet, and you were able to slow it down. You got it
And
working.
land. Solo preps speak with the dead for when we...
I was ready to feather fall, fly.
Sola, as you're walking down the mountain, it's quiet. Very quiet. No
Can't you-
animals,
Can't even hear them screaming.
no snow passing. And you hear, probably about 30 minutes down in your trek, something shift. There's this loud kind of... And you see some rubble, pebbles, rocks, kind of
Oh dear.
jettisoning off the side to your left. This kind of long, we'll say mountainside. You take a look back, and you see something shift at the top of the mountain. Those white caps moving,
Oh shit.
getting faster and faster. The rumbling getting stronger and stronger. Avalanche.
Yeah. So that's bad news, everybody. I think that you know what? We're lucky. There's only 5 of us now, so I think it's time for us to everybody get together really close. And Solo has. I mean, I'm gonna grab everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast Word of Recall. And we're gonna go to the Lich's. Because otherwise we're gonna get crushed by an avalanche.
Oh my
fucking God,
you guys.
I think that's the best play, though.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but
Yeah, that is what
Yeah.
happens.
Well,
Now we-
Ramsey at the bottom, like throwing rocks at another rock.
When will they come
That
down?
was so fun. I've always wanted to do that. I was always so afraid, like, for the dying part until I actually did. So
That was
pretty
incredible.
fun.
Okay.
Do you hear that?
Do we hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's loud as hell. And
Oh god.
while it doesn't affect you guys at the bottom of the mountain, you can see that this shift in snow has probably affected it's affected almost all the snow cap at the top and has shifted down so that the avalanche has hit up to the middle part of the mountain, definitely hitting the pathway.
Do we see
so,
what caused it?
No.
Okay.
You're at the bottom of the mountain. There's no way.
It's really like a big ass creature or something.
Nope. You guys are just climbing the mountain. And I rolled a natural 20 on the check.
God.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that will do it.
It's still there. Sola, you reach out to Elias as Horse is close to you, so you just...
Yep. Everybody link up.
And Fizzle just kind of leans over, grabs, and this white radiant light just flashes out from you as you say that word of radiance.
I haven't done this yet. Lich's house. It's not right at the Lich's house, of course, because
No.
we didn't go there.
You were
No.
a ways away. Yeah.
No,
We're still a
it's-
distance off.
It's a distance away, a few hours travel at least.
Yeah, but it was a safe area there.
You find yourselves standing on top of bones.
Sorry that I had to do that, everybody, but I think it was that or die, so
Yeah, I didn't want to jump off of a mountain either.
yeah. Oh my god,
You should probably let them know we're here.
yeah, okay. Sending to Ramsey. We almost died. had to word of recall out of there. We're at the Lich's place now. Walk fast, please. You may reply to this mess. Shit.
Like the cliffhanger you wanted.
I don't know who, but somebody just told me that they almost died, and they're at the Lich's house.
I don't recognize all this voice.
Wow, crazy.
Well, usually it'd be like, hi, hey, hello, but that wasn't
I
there.
was a little panicked.
Yeah.
I forgot to hi, hey, hello. Oh no.
He
knows me.
The message comes through, and I just look at Eon. They cheated.
Aw.
I'm giving both of you a Doug for that one. That was good.
Me too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of you do it.
All right.
Okay. Hi, guys.
I just look at
DM
you.
Josie, bringing it back.
DM Josie here.
I'm also here.
Are you telling me that we jumped off the cliff so that we could get ahead of them by 2 hours and wait for them and like have lunch ready for them when they got to the bottom of the mountain, and Solo went 2 days ahead, and now we gotta walk through the spooky forest alone?
Pretty much us. They cheated. I know.
I'm not impressed.
What is everyone doing? This is currently where we're at. You are 2 days travel away. There's a few different options. You guys could wait. You could try and go into the Star Mounts for shelter. You could try and meet them halfway.
Yeah, I
A
think
few different ideas.
I think we had better meet them halfway because it's not safe for us to all be apart.
No.
And
Is there a clear path to walk on though? Or are we just
Well, I mean, we
hoping
made
that
it there.
meet in the- I know, but is there a clear path, or are we just hoping we meet in the middle? Like,
There was from where I imagine Sola, because the Lich's Tower was pretty much like halfway through when we were going through that area, correct?
The Lich's Tower is on top of the Star Mounts, which
Yeah.
is in the middle of the High Forest.
Yes. So there, and it was 2 days from there to the base of the mountain. So they could walk a day out the scary ass fucking bone mountains.
basically the way we just walked
Yeah.
to find you guys again.
Or could sit tight, because I still haven't replied.
Yeah.
So they could just wait for us there, and we could honestly, as much as it sucks,
we have no choice but to start walking.
yes. That doesn't count. You cheated. Stay put. On our way to you. Eon's pissed. Was making lunch for you. So,
Really? She's never done that.
by the way, hi, hey.
Oh. Wow.
Hi, hey, what? It's all one word.
I get lost.
Why would you say it like that?
Why would you? Why would you
no
say
sense.
two different words?
It makes no
What,
sense.
what would you have substituted as the third word?
Wow, two different
Who could
dialects.
ever say that?
I am going to. I know it probably won't help hugely, but what's your speed?
Normal.
30 feet?
Yep, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
It wouldn't help really.
So here's how travel would work in this case. If you guys can roll at normal, if you are just going at normal pace, right? The monsters or encounters or whatever, there's going to be a roll.
Mhm.
You could stealth. It's going to take twice as long.
Yeah.
So that 2 days takes 4. Or you could run it. You could just say, fuck it, we're going as hard as we can, which will be a negative to that encounter roll. However, you would get there in a day.
Do some serious Lord of the Rings, Aragorn.
I think I would
Legolas.
also-
What's your
yeah.
elven eye see? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got like Expeditious Retreat that I can only do on me. I've got Fly. I've got Enlarge Reduce, but I can't do all these at the same time. Or on both
Oh,
of us.
I've got 120 feet of movement still.
You've got 100. You've still got 120 feet of movement. Well, because.
Bonus action dash.
But how long can we do that before we get?
Well,
So it doesn't really work that way.
No, okay.
For traveling, right? This is like in a combat scenario.
Okay, yeah.
If you're trying to do that every 6 seconds,
Yeah.
you will get exhausted in a minute.
yeah.
It doesn't say that, however, that is
Yeah,
kind
okay.
of how I
Yeah,
interpret.
for sure. That's
I'm just gonna let you guys think for 2 minutes.
Sit down and think.
Can we just pause?
Yeah, pause. Think.
sure.
Oh, boy. And fade.
I'll put up like a.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh boy.
I wasn't expecting you to go all the way there.
That
Well,
was
neither was I, but
Yeah.
suddenly we
What
were
else
gonna
we-
die.
Eon, Ramsey,
Fuck it, run.
what are you doing?
We're running.
Okay, you're booking it.
Yeah.
We're just booking it
Okay.
for as long as we can.
Okay.
Quit digging through books.
Are you strong?
I've gotten stronger.
Can I make? Actually, I'm.
You're probably. Don't you have the gauntlets?
Do I still have the gauntlets? Hold on. I can't really remember what we did with them. I gave them to someone or something.
Well, fuck, I'd take them.
Because I can make you fly for 10 minutes at a time, and you can haul me. But I don't know if that would slow down the fly speed.
Using what? Sorry.
So fly, it says
Yeah.
it has a fly speed of 60.
Yep.
But if I make him fly and he carries Eon,
Mhm.
does that reduce his fly speed?
What's your base strength?
16.
No, that'd be fine.
It would be fine.
However, I wouldn't say that gives a big advantage
Boost.
here. No.
Well, it doubles our speed for 10 minutes at a time.
That's not long enough.
That's
Not long enough to make a difference.
Yeah.
This is a full fucking day of travel.
I know.
And I mean
if
like
had
of
enough
10 to
spell
12
slots.
hours of walking.
Yeah.
Like not like 8 hours. Okay. I'm going to get to you guys in a second.
Okay.
Is there anything you guys wanted to do while you were kind of setting up camp here?
Well, we've got some time to kill. Once we're a little bit settled, and we probably can't do anything too noticeable, but
Not a good idea. No.
I've cast some spells here and we've been okay. So
Yes.
I'm going to assume that's probably going to continue. I will do a divination.
All right.
This is my
Awesome.
4th level, going back a step.
Yeah.
This is the one that I ask one question about a specific goal, event, or activity within 7 days. The DM offers truthful reply, might be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme. The way we had flavored it at the time was an image of light.
Yes.
And so Sola is going to ask, can you show me the location where the black dragon mask currently resides? An image somehow of that.
Okay. Yeah.
You could be general if it's like a tower or a very specific looking bog, or if there's
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
a creature who's notable that would be holding it or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You see flashing through your mind images of ruins, of forests, of swamps. And then the vision shifts and you see standing on 2 feet this scaled individual has on the mask. Definitely of lizard kin. You're not entirely sure of what kind, but you see them bam a staff on the ground, and you hear this reverberation of a language you're not entirely sure of.
Okay. Some kind of leader of the Yonti people, perhaps.
That would make the most sense. It is a very powerful artifact.
Mhm.
They wouldn't just let it into anyone's hands.
Yep. But I was most curious to know if it was like, is there a monster who has captured it or something? But it sounds like, yeah. And I guess I don't know the disposition of these people. We're going to find that out probably.
Monster is relative.
Right.
Yes. Maybe they're... Who knows?
Maybe they're nice and they'll just be like, oh, we've had this mask for forever and it's such a burden. You should just take it.
That would be the best outcome, I think. Do you have any more divining that we need to do?
Well,
Otherwise-
I was going to do one other thing for Eon, I suppose, that scry.
Oh, yes.
Which we've got time to kill, so I guess I'm going to do some scrying, because I did take that this morning. So,
Yes.
let's see. I can see and hear the creature on the same plane of existence. It has to make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by the tables. So, I probably only know this target secondhand still.
Probably, yeah.
And have I seen a picture or likeness? Eon has told me about
Yeah.
her
Hadn't you
because
done
I
that
had to
before?
send
Oh,
to
that's-
her,
yeah.
and so I've heard her voice.
Yeah,
There's a sort of
but-
a familiarity.
Yeah, you don't know her name. You don't know kind of what she looks. You kind of have a vague idea of what she looks like, but it's not specific enough because Eon was the one who described her, thaumaturgy did, whatever. I can't remember what exactly it was, but
Yeah.
either way, she fails,
Oh, okay.
and you zone in this moment. And this time it's a little bit different. You see a long skyline, wide in view, and recognize that someone is looking up from a high up place. As the zoom kind of like broadens, you see this green tiefling sitting on the roof of a house, surrounded by other similar roofs in a residential area. You can see it kind of positioned in a lower section, and there seems to be like a higher, up above, there seems to be like more buildings.
Like a different tier of the city.
Yeah.
But she is in the lower.
Yes. And she's just kind of looking up at it.
Okay. Are the buildings familiar? Like, are they of a sort of like style of a town that I might know?
Yeah. Make a history check.
Okay. History. Oh. That'll be a 2 minus 1 for a 1.
It looks like a city.
Yeah.
It's
Yep, it
populated.
does.
That's about it.
Okay. Well, she's
Roof
alive.
shingling.
She's
Yeah,
alive.
she's alive.
Yep.
Very nice.
They have
Just
flat
kicking her
roofs.
feet.
Yeah, and she's just hanging out. What she like? All she's doing is just like staring longingly at this upper area of the city.
Right now, yeah. And after a few moments, you can see her taking out a small notepad of paper and writing some things down.
Is it a language I recognize?
It's in common. And as the view kind of shifts over as you focus on that, it's poetry.
Sola's like feeling a little guilty, but she promised Eon she would do this, and so purely for that reason, she takes a closer look at what the girl is writing. What is the subject of the poetry?
You make out a few lines. What comes below is made of sturdier material. Those on high aspirations will float to nothing. And you can see her kind of like looking at it for a second. Underlying the last line will float to nothing before scratching out the first part and reworking it.
Okay. Does the girl look well?
Make a perception check.
That at least I'm better at. Natural 20 for a 28.
Nice.
She's grown a little bit since you last saw her. What was once maybe a 10 or 11-year-old you can get is reaching that age of adolescence. And there's this angst to her. Even to her outfit, which seems to be kind of haphazardly put together, clashing colors and textures.
But she is, she looks healthy.
She looks
As far
healthy.
as I can tell.
She doesn't look like she's recovering from an illness or like
she's
she's
not
injured.
She's not malnourished.
She looks like a normal, healthy
Sure.
child.
Okay. Okay. Well. So let's just, I don't know, gonna hang out until the end of the spell. It only lasts for something.
A little bit of time.
Yeah. 10 minutes? Yeah.
She stays in her spot, kind of looking up every now and then, occasionally grabbing a piece of shingle or rock to throw. And what you can see is just a small little river below her that seems to run through the city. And then the vision ends. And Fizzle hands you a plate with classic Two Hills cuisine.
Cool. Thank you, Fizzle. I have to get to this in a moment, though. I need to write down all the details of what I just saw for
My
Ian.
bad.
That's okay. I appreciate it. I made a promise to Eon that I would do this, and so it's important that I follow through.
Of course. I was just excited I found possible here. Crazy.
Right.
I'll see if Horse needs anything, I guess. You okay, Elias? I know this can be a little gamey.
The whole time while Sol has been scrying, he's just been tracing runes around in this giant circle around everyone. Maybe not circle, more like it's a cube, it's a square.
It's a diamond.
It has
it's a diamond. It's not a circle.
points.
They can't make
it has
a
to be.
circle.
I
Can't be a
can't
circle.
make it. No,
It has
can't be a
4
circle.
points.
Yes, exactly. It has to be square. But it's just been drawing all these runes in the dirt and the ground and wherever we've set up camp. And I've been casting Private Sanctum just to try and ward the area.
Neat.
So this one you can choose whichever properties you want for the spell. So the ones that will be set up, any sensors created by divination spells can't appear inside the protected area or pass through the barrier as perimeter. So no more divination. Creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination. Nothing can teleport into or out of the warded area. And planar travel is blocked within the warded area. So are you done spying on people?
Well, yes, I didn't want to spy. It's just what this spell does.
Okay, well, you're still spying on people, but... nonetheless, we should at least be protected within this area for now. I've set up
Yeah,
a
wow.
ward. I know, it's quite fancy, isn't it?
It is.
It takes a lot of... Well, it only takes 10 minutes. It's not that long, but...
Elias,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. As you're placing the ward down, you feel another barrier below you. And you realize that the barriers aren't going to touch, but there's a
Yeah.
longer pre-existing, very strong magical barrier below you. Many of those effects activated within it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, this should help us at least. However, I do feel that the Lich has their own ward set up in this area.
Wow. And if you can make like this one, and theirs is like
That, yes.
all of that, like
It's very powerful.
yeah, that's kind of very indicative of the power dynamic happening here.
Well, you don't have to put it that way. But yes.
Well, I mean, you kind of just jabbed at me for spying on people, so you kind of had it coming, Elias.
It's getting saucy.
I guess. But I guess it gives a marker of what we're dealing with here.
Mm-hmm.
I could have made it bigger if I wanted to.
Sure, you could. Sure.
Besides, it's the only thing that matters.
Okay. Elias and Sola, thank you.
Take a break, guys.
I'll say the rest of the day.
wrap
The
it up.
chaos at this table tonight, you guys.
Ramsey and Eon, you are running. You are twisting through branches and tangling vines, running through the high forest. There is no path. Eon, you are keeping up to speed with Ramsey as best you can, but he is quick. He knows his way through the forest in ways you were maybe not aware of before. And it's hard to keep up.
I'd slow down so I wouldn't lose Eon.
We don't have a bag of holding with us. We don't. All right.
Here's what happens.
You could.
No, it
No.
just, I'm wearing
After 3 hours of running full tilt, I'm going to say the sun has set and night is starting to come onto the high forest here. You're getting closer to the star mounts. But as you're running through this forest, something catches your attention. You come across a small clearing where there are trees and shrubs, but they are dilapidated. Kind of in a similar way to when you got closer to the Lich's area. However, there are pieces of magic here that make you uncomfortable. A feeling of something wrong. And in a couple of moments, you see something beginning to open up below you on the ground. Not directly in front of you, but in this clearing. Atop of 2 stones set in the earth. What I can only describe to you as a portal. Black in energy, shadowed. And as this opens up, and you begin to see a figure, no, multiple figures walking through it. What do you do?
Hide.
I grab Eon, cast Passive a trace on both of us, and we hide.
Cool. Stealth checks at disadvantage, please.
Oh dear.
Disadvantage.
Joke's on you. I already have disadvantage.
This is my normal
Well,
stuff.
that's a natural 20,
Nice.
but then a
I've got
14,
disadvantage.
and that's 27, 37.
Is that plus 10? 23.
Okay, 37 success.
23.
23? Yeah. Okay. You continue to watch as Ramsey, you grab Eon and tuck her behind this tree. The figures coming out of this portal, humanoid. You can immediately tell black armor, bluish gray skin, long ears. Drow. The first one looks to the portal as it continues to shape. He comes out. You can see around his waist 2 blades wreathed in shadow. More drow come out until there's a total of 6 drow and this bladed commander. But that isn't what catches your attention. No, it's the next creature that comes out of that shadowed portal. Large. And winged. Familiar. A dragon. With red, yellow eyes. Grayish blue skin. Almost like their scales were reminiscent of stone. You can see along the dragon's chest there is a harness that is currently emitting just this very light, dark energy. You watch as the head drow climbs atop this deep dragon. And you see they're about to fly off. But the deep dragon looks in your direction. And as you cover your mouth, you just see its wings expand. What are you doing?
What do we know about these dragons?
Make a fast history check.
Like, even just basic, like, are they typically aligned in one particular direction? Oh, come on, game.
History?
+2, yeah.
Oh, okay. 19.
Hold on. Sure, glad we're not there right now.
No, yeah, so I got 15. Wait, do we get +2?
Okay.
So 17.
17 and 19. You would both recognize the spores of mushrooms around its neck as being a deep dragon. A dragon that makes its lairs in the Underdark. It's not known to be particularly friendly or work with other groups.
So it looks at us, puts out its
Mm-hmm.
We just wait. What else can we do?
Unless it makes a move towards us, yeah.
Okay. Eon, you're waiting. Ramsey.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the dragon's head tilt up to its rider, who looks in your direction and lifts a shadowed sword. And you see the other drow in the party drawing their weapons.
Go time?
Yeah.
We start hauling ass.
I hand you this and say, throw it at them. It's an ever-smoking bottle.
Okay, what does that do?
It makes a cloud of thick smoke, 60 foot.
Ninja, vanish!
And we do that as we...
Okay.
At the same time as that, I only need one action to pick up a rock and speak into it with an I forget what it's called. It's not an infusion, but with magic, and make noise.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna make like pain noises and throw it away from the direction that we're going.
Okay.
So smoking bottle, pain noises behind us, and we're trying to book it in the direction we need to go.
Okay. I'm gonna let you have one check here. Because the dragon has noticed you, the group has been alerted, and they're all moving towards you. This is gonna be a deception check, because you are trying to deceive them in which direction you are going, as well as placing this stone.
I just me? I deception? Do I get anything for it? Any kind of advantage or anything? Just a check.
At this stage, no. Sorry.
I can flash a genius myself if I need to, which I mean it's 18.
Give yourself as much.
Yeah.
That's all I can do with my flash of genius.
Okay. 18 deception check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, 19. It is now 5.
Okay. The drow on top of the dragon is going to make a perception check. Your total was what again?
19.
19. Okay. If he rolls above a 13, we are rolling initiative.
Wait, where's the thingy?
Oh my god.
The box. The skull.
Welcome to the skull box. Box of the skull.
Sure,
This is the right time for a skull.
It's always a skull.
This is the perfect time.
All right.
Is this still the same day as we fell off the...
No.
It's a different day.
Well,
It's the same day
no,
still.
it's the same day still.
Great. So I'm
Yep.
still lowered hit
Uh-huh.
points.
Yep.
Oh.
So he's got above a 19.
He has to roll above 13.
13.
That's it.
Yeah.
13 and higher, we're rolling initiative.
Oh.
Oh shit.
You guys are lucky
It's
as
a
fuck.
3.
Wow.
3.
Wow.
Oh
Yep.
man.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
According to plan.
You guys, I'm only allowing this happen because there's a pass without trace still in effect. You're using an ever-smoking bottle, and the deception check went okay.
It was okay.
Hold on, I gotta work
Wow.
this. Let me just.
Okay?
All's fair and love and war. There we go.
You guys book it. And I mean, you run so hard down a hill that you are half falling down it. You can barely keep up as you hear the sound of a dragon's wings beating behind you as you just run and run and run. You can hear the sound of these drow combatants saying something.
Is it an undercommon?
It would be.
Then I'd understand it.
It's probably just like...
Oh, shit, damn it.
You hear,
I can make like a perception at disadvantage because we're focused on running.
as you're running, I think you would just hear like this
Occasional word.
occasional word, and it's just like, protect the blah blah, or find them. We must make sure it is safe for her.
Interesting. Such a crazy session.
It's insane.
Oh my god.
You all, I say the two of you, take a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Fair. Like,
Um,
I'm exhausted just thinking about this.
Make safe for her, you said?
Yeah. You take a point of exhaustion, but I'll say at the end of the night, you do reach the star mounts. Sweaty, bloody in the case of Eon, exhausted. Your eyes are like sandbags, heavy and trying to just weigh you down at every turn.
I'm trying to help. Yeah, we can make it. We can make it. They're just ahead. We can make it.
As you reach the base of the star mounts at the end of this night, that's where we're going to pick up for next week.
Lord, guys.
That was lucky.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. So lucky.
pure luck.
Wow. Crazy how things happen.
Drow and a dragon. Just
Oh, we'd have been
You'd
fine.
have been so messed up.
Yeah.
You'd have been begging for your lives.
Well, crazy what happens, eh? Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your night, and hi, hey, hello.
Wow.
Don't jump off a mountain, guys.
That is the
man.
first and last time we ever allow the splitting of the party.
Well, I would like to say we didn't split the party.
That's not true at all. You chose.
That's some revisionist history.
We got ahead of the party. And we invited everyone to come with us.
Technically, you jumped off and said, and come with us if you want.
Meet you at the bottom.
Didn't quite feel like you were ready for everyone to join you.
We talked about it beforehand.
Yeah, and then they walked, and you said, "Oh, let's have a joke."
Let's do it
joke.
anyway.
It was fun.
It was
very funny.
very memorable.
Yes. Oh, man.
I think we're in for a talking to.
Well, I mean, we don't know what happened yet, but
Yeah. Or there'd be anything to talk to.
But you left us 2 days behind.
Where else were they in their
we
defense, where else were they
also-
supposed to go?
we
Yeah.
also
Down.
may have
There's another
died. There was
Like
an
the only-
avalanche.
You don't know how
They couldn't
serious
even,
the
they couldn't
avalanche
even
was.
bounce back up to
Pretty.
the cave, could they?
No, because then we
'Cause
would
it
have
was
been
coming.
stuck up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had a path to go back down, so. Oh, in their defense.
Yeah,
Kind of
but
only
rolled a nat
option.
20.
All I'm saying is we could have flown back up there to help you if you needed us.
Oh boy.
Wow. I'm flabbergasted.
Me too.
I We were very close to killing your characters, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean that. And I mean that.
There's a for real
I mean that.
chance.
That was a fucking adult dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
All fun and games when you succeed, but holy fuck.
That was pretty crazy.
There's so many parts to that where you just made just barely the right decision, and it could have gone very differently. That's crazy.
Boy.
Wow, derail me, you
Holy shit.
fucks.
Well,
So much for this beautiful map.
Yeah, fuck it. We're not using it. Throw it away.
That's what the game is all
next time.
about.
But
It's all about
yeah.
player
that is
initiative.
certainly what it all is about.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so wild.
That was very crazy. Oh man.
TLDR, there's places to the Underdark here. It's called like the Star Mounts have a place called like the Darkhold, which has some ability to go into those places.
no, we're just involving a whole other element and a fucking drower coming up out of the ground.
Out of the woodwork.
And the hole must make safe for her. Who's her?
Who's her? It's probably Wolf or something.
Zray.
Yeah.
That deep
Probably is
dragon
right.
rolled a 19 plus 7, 26 on his perception.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Got your ass. Noticed Eon, sorry.
Yeah.
Even with the plus 10.
I rolled a 2.
again.
Yeah.
A 2.
That is tough. Yeah.
Even though I
2
have
is rough.
plus 11 plus another 10. So plus 21.